Hi, Captain Steve for BoatTEST.com, and today I'm going to conduct a sea trial and performance evaluation of the all-new 42 GLS from Cruisers Yachts. It's the flagship of the GLS lineup, so let's start by looking at the power packages. Now, our test boat's powered by the triple 400 horsepower Mercury Verados. We can get up to 450 racing outboards, or we can power it with stern drive options ranging from twin 430 horsepower or the 520 horsepower Mercury Racing Blue. I also like the option for JPO, joystick piloting for outboards, that makes this a pussycat at the dock. So offshore, seas we're building 4 to 6 feet, so we aren't going to be able to get test numbers on this, but Cruisers Yachts have done extensive testing on it, so we'll use their test numbers and report those to you. As far as how she handles in those conditions, really a comfortable boat. Beam seas, following seas, you can go as fast as you want. It was really comfortable. In head seas, a little bit of a rough ride because there's so much up and down motion with the bow, but you can counter that by bringing the trim tabs into play. Put them down, keep that bow down, and you'll get a much more comfortable ride. The other alternative would be to just run off of those seas so that you're not just hitting it head on and making that impact. So either keep the bow down or come a little bit off the seas.
The Cruisers Yachts 42 GLS has a length overall of 42 feet, a beam of 13 feet, and a draft of 43 inches. Her empty weight is 23,475 pounds, and she carries 403 gallons of fuel. She reaches a top speed of 52.1 miles per hour at 6,850 RPM. Best cruise was reached at 5,400 RPM and 41.7 miles per hour. At that speed, her 47-gallon-per-hour fuel burn translated into 0.89 miles per gallon and a range of 319.4 statute miles. They reached planing speed in 8 seconds, and top speed was reached in 26 seconds.
The helm console is to the starboard side, and the helm itself is to the starboard side of the console, so that we have an observer station over on the left-hand side, still facing the screens. In this case, we have two 12-inch screens. The panel's big enough to hold 16-inch screens. Right in the center is the Seakeeper control. Push-button switches are all underneath. Love the visibility out of this single-piece windshield. And notice it's raining, and we also have a demonstration of how the windshield wiper clears a nice swath of visibility. And I also like that it self-parks. Temperature control vents over to the side, and a sub-panel on the right-hand side has the joystick, the digital throttle and shift, and the trim tabs. Just behind, nice feature, inductive charging for your cell phone. Down below, a nice teak footrest with a non-skid surface. And check this out, we can flip down a platform. Two things I like about this platform. First, the height that it gives me behind the helm, and secondly, while I'm operating, I can stow it, and it stays stowed with a magnetic catch. The seat, double wide at 48 inches, includes a single flip bolster and a flip down armrest, and notice the nice embroidery work. Now, because this is an outboard powered boat, we have plenty of room in the area where the stern drive engines would normally go. Let's take a look inside. Starting at the stern, we've got the trim tab pump, 3 power steering pumps, fixed firefighting system, the 3 engine start batteries, the remote battery switches, 2 house batteries, and then the 5 kW generator that's connected to its own 25-gallon diesel tank. In the center of the compartment, a Seakeeper 6 gyro stabilizer. That's an option on this boat. The filters are all easy to get to, and I noticed that everything is properly double clamped. Way over to the starboard side, the hydraulic system for the starboard beach door. Now notice this hatch is held open by a very beefy support strut that's electrically actuated. There's a cover right next to it, so if we lose power, we can reach in, undo that pin, and lift the hatch manually. I like that this whole area is finished on the inside, especially the underside of the hatch. Notice also it's gasketed all the way around, and there's a channel going around the perimeter of the opening with drains to the aft side that lead overboard, not into the bilge. At the walk-through to the bow, 2 storage compartments for lines, and they're certainly spacious. And how's this for safety? 60 inches of freeboard here at the stern, 67 here at the bow. Fully forward, anchor hatch opens with a lift and lock latch. Thank you very much, Cruisers. Held in the open position from going too far by a safety cable. Inside, a quick windlass with a chain leading out to a through-the-stem anchor roller, a nice polished anchor. There's a cleat center mounted, and there are also control switches to the right-hand side, nav lights to both sides, and then cleats to the outboard side. Notice that they're far enough outboard that we don't need chocks to keep the line in place. I never count it as a loss if we can't test a boat because of prevailing conditions, because it does give me the opportunity to see how the boat handles in those conditions, even if we can't get the test numbers. So on this boat, win-win all the way across. And that's my full sea trial and performance evaluation of the 42 GLS from Cruisers Yachts. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.